Hi there, it's Farmer Rudy. I'm the horticulture manager here at Pegasus Therapeutic Equestrian Farm, Country Store and Gardens. Horticulture manager, that's just a fancy word for gardener. What's really unique about Pegasus Farm is that with a therapeutic side, we help individuals with disabilities with their mobility and balance utilizing horses. In our store and in our garden, we actually employ adults with developmental disabilities to do all the different jobs and work that we have here. In the store, they do packaging, they do labeling, they put the product on the shelves, they even run the cash register. Out in the garden, we start everything from seed. We nurture it, take care of it. Once it gets big enough, we transplant it out in the field. Then we have to take care of it some more out there. And once it gets big enough, we can start harvesting that produce and we bring it right here into the store for sale. Right now in the store, we have spinach, arugula, kale, and Swiss chard, fresh from our gardens. I'm up on top of our shop at Pegasus Farm, and this is where it all starts at. We get these flats and we put soil mix in it, and then we put seeds in each one of the little cells that are in there. And we have to water it, keep it warm. Once it starts growing, we get our grow lights on it. And once the first set of leaves come up, those aren't the real leaves. That's not what the leaf is really going to look like. Those are called the cotyledon leaves. The second set of leaves are the true leaves, and that's what the leaf is really going to look like. Once that happens, then we have to start feeding them. Before that, they have enough energy inside the seed to feed itself for it to get all the way up and out of the soil and open up its leaves. What's really neat is with seeds, the rule of thumb is you plant it twice as deep as what it is big. So any seed that you ever get, if you don't know quite how deep to plant it, you can use that rule of thumb. All right, we're inside one of our high tunnels at Pegasus Farm, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking it looks an awful lot like a greenhouse. The main difference between a high tunnel and a greenhouse is that a greenhouse has artificial heat and artificial light. Inside the high tunnels, we grow year-round without any artificial heat or artificial light. One of the things that we have currently growing right now, we have some oregano, which you typically will use in any Italian dish, and also some thyme, and also it goes very well in Italian dishes. Over here we have rosemary. Rosemary goes really well with lamb. There's a lot of other dishes that you can do with it, and it's very fragrant and smells incredible. Another vegetable that we grow here at Pegasus is lettuce. And as you can see, lettuce comes in all different shapes, sizes, and colors. What's really unique here is though when we harvest it, it goes straight into our store, so you can be eating it the same day that it was harvested. Something that's kind of interesting that happens with leafy greens is whenever they get to the end of their life, they make seeds so that they can drop those seeds and plant them themselves and continue growing. That's called bolting, and the stalks get a little bit thicker, a little bit taller, and then you start getting some flowers on them. All the leaves start getting smaller because it's putting energy into making the seeds so that it can continue its life. Another thing, inside of a high tunnel or even a greenhouse for that matter, what you're trying to do is create the perfect environment for your plants. And whenever that happens, you're also creating the perfect environment for insects and disease. Here at Pegasus, we are all natural. What that means is everything that I use is basically organic. So we use all natural ingredients, such as neem oil, which is made from a tree, pyrethrum, which come from chrysanthemums. Another thing that we use is diatomaceous earth, which is ground up fossilized crustaceans, and we sprinkle that onto our plants and into our beds. All right, I'm kind of looking for some aphids in here, and I found one. There are good bugs and there are some bad bugs. Aphids is one of the worst insects that we have to fight here at Pegasus. An example of another bad insect would be the cucumber beetle. It kind of has like a straw on its mouth, and it'll go from plant to plant, leaf to leaf, and it sucks all the juices out of there. But what makes it really bad is that it can transmit disease from plant to plant to plant, and that disease is bacterial wilt, and that will wipe out all of our cucumbers. So we have to be really careful with that. So good bugs are ladybugs, bad bugs are aphids and cucumber beetles. And then there are some bugs that are both good and bad, like the praying mantis. It eats bad bugs, but it also eats the good bugs. It doesn't care as long as it's eating. So we keep it around anyways to help control any of the bad bugs. All right, our horses here at Pegasus, they're busy giving us more manure all the time. That manure we take and we make our vermicompost with it. What's really cool about all this is it also gives additional employment for our individuals with disabilities. They screen it, bag it, weigh it, package it, and we sell it at several different locations. With the vermicompost, it doesn't have a real high amount of fertilizers in it, but it has all these healthy microorganisms in it to provide an overall plant health. Your plant will be bigger, stronger, and produce more tomatoes or peppers or eggplants or cucumbers, anything that you're growing. It works wonderful for any of our vegetables. Our garden is open to the public anytime our store is open. So you can come out, walk around, you can watch us work. If you're not too careful, I might put you to work while you're here. And if I'm not too busy, you can ask me any questions that you want, and I'll try to give you good answers. So I look forward to seeing everybody come on out to Pegasus Country Store and Gardens.